Happy day to all my pals. This is Happy Dinosaur 1000 coming to you with the final episode of American Anime Batch for the day. And I am reviewing Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, not the sequel one on Netflix. I'm reviewing the original one from 2004. And basically, here's the plot of the series. Makoto Kusanagi and her Section 9 crew, but mainly foreseen by Aramaki. Sorry, speech impediment. But basically, they solve cyber crimes involving terrorists, cyborgs, robots, attackers, you name it. The first episode the first episode is Section 9, and led by Makoto Kusanagi. He's solving the mystery of the body swap government official. One thing I'm mentioning here is it sets up Section 9 in the world itself, and also. So one thing interesting here too is that the government official like that puts his brain with a sex robot, which I'm like, basically the excuse for that was like he's drunk when he usually does that, and I'm like, you don't have to be drunk, high, and legal insane and you want to do that shit. Basically it ends with the body swapping criminal arrested, and then in episode 2 we see Makoto Kusanagi and her crew who go up against the guy who's deceased but put his brain inside a robotic tank weapon he built. And this guy died mainly because as he was born or frail, ill, and with a lot of birth defects. But his parents were, because of religious beliefs, would not allow him to get cybernetic prosthetics that would allow him to live past his 20s. I was like, dick move, you're gonna let your child die? Because as you can swallow your pride. That's like saying, sorry, Timmy, we can't get you chemo. Our religion forbids it. Hope cancer isn't too hard for you, little Timmy. But anyway, and then we get in episode 3, we see this one guy is causing a sex robot suicide in order to make his object of affection is one sex robot. This little thing, or no, basically this one robot he's trying to turn into the ideal girlfriend for him, or basically become more unique. Because to my understanding, but essentially, this mass destruction of hacking and property, I will admit, is very, very bad and evil. But the whole trying to make a sex robot / sex doll or your ideal girlfriend is not really that much worse than those girls that basically chase these decent guys, I should be good for them away, in hopes of something perfect that does not exist. It's because perfect for most women in their 20s and even 30s or even the dating game is not enough these days unless you're perfect. If good enough is not good enough, perfect is only good enough for them, which I kind of sad. But I'm not gonna get on my troubles and anger with the dating scene nowadays. It's for too long. But basically, this episode ends with the sex doll designed to love him, basically saying, "I can't love you anymore," despite it's not programmed for it. Or basically arresting him. Actually helping him get arrested by Makoto Kusanagi and the crew. And episode 4 is Togasa solving a case. It's for a friend that died. I do what they call interceptors, which basically what's more surveillance for everything they do for over a month. Basically, the police department put the interceptors inside officers' heads, and they're tracking whatever they do. When basically we find out the bad guy in this is basically related to a bunch of corporate politics and whatever, and they're trying to hide the mystery of what happened. But basically, the bad guy in her head is called the Laughing Man, and his logo has inspired Project Melody's logo, which I thought was pretty cool. Overall, this series is well written, well written, very good acted, and I give it roughly down. I roughly give it I'll give it a 9 out of 10, and dinosaur approval. That's my review. Thank you for watching. Have a happy day, and see you later. Bye. I hope you have a good day. Merry Christmas.